They are live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chronicles of Divastara. I am William Orshocky, and I am your game master for this D&D 5th edition campaign. Joining me today, we have Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Molly Malone Clemens, who is a time traveling investigator, frustrated academic.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Astra, who is a also kind of out of time, a frustrated academic in that she wants to academically know what the inside of many wizards looks like and has not had the opportunity to do so. Warlock.
And Zodiac System.
Hi, I am Sally of the Zodiac System, and we are playing Ygraine Bone Chewer, the Hexblood Witch, who just wants to be friends with everybody.
And Yare.
Hi, I'm Yari. I'm playing Morgan Thompson, the People's Paladin, human, because I keep not mentioning that during intros.
And Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I'm playing Yingrid von Ryder, an undead rogue.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. Happy Envy Month. Continue to call your payment processors until they yield. I don't think I have anything else on the top of my head other than let's continue. When last we left off, the party had divided on a couple of different angles, seeking knowledge, information, and assistance, finding some ancient history within the confines of the Temple of Ayun, finding some assistance from the goddess of pathways and change, Avandra, and her cleric in charge of the scattered path, or I forgot the name that I gave for that temple. The divided path or something. I don't remember. The changing path. I don't remember.
Changing path.
The changing
Something path.
Something path.
The path of evil revelations.
And after all of these acquisitions and bits of information were acquired, the group attended a speech by the high priestess of the Rumor Theocracy, who delivered perhaps some chilling remarks to those who understand the implication behind them, and was identified by the spirit within Astra's newly acquired sword as the sword's quarry. An individual that they have identified as Kalien. Keeping that information to themselves for now, the group began to return back to the Nidhogger, their newly christened gauntlet runner. But before that happened, Ingrid split off from the group, disappearing with the rest of the crowd that was heading back into the High Temple to make their way towards the temple's undercroft. So we join Ingrid. As you have slid your way amongst the crowd inside the interior of the High Temple, its ground floor at the very least, where you can see a number of different guards milling about, the individuals here dressed in this sort of golden finery, these like massive, heavy golden armor with tabards and iconography of various different gods marked across, wearing these sort of like death mask, like golden masks that just have the image of someone's face, possibly the person underneath, possibly someone else. carrying these enormous pole arms in two hands as they just sort of stand in guard positions or mill about. These do not look like individuals that you want to tangle with on a martial level, just by virtue of strength of arms and number of opponents. But also on this level, you see the ancient bone-marked door that seems like it would indicate it leads to the catacombs and lower levels of the High Temple. What's your approach? There are currently no guards standing directly in front of the door, though it is within line of sight of some of the guards that are milling about on this.
To start, she's going to kind of skirt around the edges and watch the guards, see if they have like patterns of movement and like.
Roll me a perception check just to see how well you notice the movement of the guards.
Sure, that's normal perception. 13.
The worst in the world. Not high enough to give you advantage on a subsequent check, but enough you can figure out that, yeah, there are some notable patterns. There are moments where there does not appear to be anyone looking at the door to the sepulcher that lies below. They're brief, like less than a minute grand total at any time. So if you intend to sneak your way in through this door, you will have to A, move quick, B, hope the door is not locked, and if it is, pick it before anyone notices.
So notice this a couple of times. In between the rounds where there's no guards within sight, just observe the door, see, like, examine the door, see if there's like what locks there might be, like what handle mechanism it might have.
Go ahead. Well, no, this is pretty visually obvious. There is like a large, like old-fashioned giant turnkey lock on the center of the door, the kind that is not usually difficult to pick. But that makes sense considering this is probably the oldest building in this entire city. And the door itself seems like there are two of the skulls that are like embossed into the surface of the door have like rings hanging out of their mouths that look like they serve as the handles for pulling this door. And it does look like it pulls outward.
So on a round where the guards aren't in sight, Ingrid will try to pick the lock. So well, she'll chest the door and then.
Yeah, you slide up to the door. For sheer fortune, just roll me a D100. There are times when this isn't locked. Eyes good. So yeah, you approach the door and pull. Yep, the door is not locked. So you just make me a stealth check just to see how quickly you can get in here. 24, like a whisper. You just slide the door open, disappear behind it, brace yourself against the door so it doesn't slam shut. Just gently let it lean closed. And then you are within the dark. It does not look like there are any active lights down here at the moment, which gives you at least a brief indication that there's probably nobody down here right now, or at least if they are, they also have dark vision like you. At least they think you have dark vision.
Do I have dark?
I could be completely wrong, but I would assume the undead person has dark vision.
I don't think I do.
Well, you might be in the total. You might be in the dark.
Literally.
Yeah. So she'll stand braced against the door and just listen for a couple of minutes.
Roll me perception. I will say with advantage because it's dead quiet, so any noise here will be very obvious.
Perception. A 15. I clicked the wrong button.
It's fine. 15. As you sort of sit and listen, there is the occasional scurrying of a small animal, possibly a rodent, and what sounds like a very distant, very slow drip of water. But you do not hear any footsteps or mutterings of what would be considered humanoid occupants of this area.
And nothing like a breath or a sigh.
Not that you're making out.
Okay. She'll move to the side, put a hand against a wall, follow the wall a little bit, and then after 10, 15 feet, we'll light a torch. Like get far enough away from the door that like any light doesn't like get through any cracks or anything.
You are reanimated from the Gothic ancestral cultures, correct? As your ancestor?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have dark vision. Interesting enough.
There are some weird ones that don't have that you would expect to have dark vision that don't.
Yeah, you light a torch. You strike up this torch.
Oh wait, I do have dark vision. It's from my class.
Oh right, yeah, because you're a Shadow Master rogue.
Yeah, I get it from my class. That's why I wasn't worried about having it from a race.
That's right.
So I do have dark vision, so I don't need the torch.
All right, excellent. So yeah, you can see in the absolute darkness. It is still dark because dark vision turns absolute darkness into low light and low light into normal light. So you can still see, but it is disadvantage for visual perception checks down because it is absolute darkness being treated as low light.
And everything's in shades of gray.
Everything is in shades of gray. But as you move along down here in the absolute dark, you walk down and you see lining these walls. There are the sort of alcoves that are like dug out just like the width of a body in the insides of old catacombs. You see all of these, but rather than like bodies, like traditional corpses that you would see laid in these alcoves, there are suits of armor that look very similar to the ones that you see of the guards upstairs. They look significantly older, and they look tarnished with age. But they have this uniformity of design that matches the guards that are standing upstairs.
I lift up the visor to see if there's a skull inside.
You reach over to one of the visors and sort of very gently lift his empty suit of armor. There's like a swirl of dust on the inside. Doesn't seem like there's anything left inside this armor if there once was.
Interesting. We'll continue on
catacombs
down.
the catacombs do continue deeper. You make your way through, and it starts to spread out. Like these initial front ranks start to open up into. I don't know if you've ever seen some of the like very very old square style catacombs where like the entire area spreads out in a square grid. Where there are just like central pillars holding up the roof, and then there are just like square, like a square grid of just like walls that are lined with catacombs that then branch out into another square room lined with these alcoves in this sort of like expanding checkerboard pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that for the most part. So it's very easy to navigate as long as you don't lose track of where you came from. Because it all works on like a very clean and formulaic grid. But it's all very uniform, aside from the bodies, where in the front, near here, you're seeing those suits of armor. You're still seeing a lot of those suits of armor of various different designs spread out in different regions, as if perhaps belonging to different reigns of different gods. Different armor designs, but of all of a piece. It seems as if this catacomb, at least this level of the catacomb, is largely dedicated to the bodies of the guards of this place. They all seem to be interred in their armor, or something like it. Or maybe it's just the armor that is interred. It's hard to say, because as you check any more of these, none of them have like a skeleton or anything inside, which strikes you as odd in a number of ways.
Found the dust inside. She'll stick a finger right in and stick it to her tongue.
I like the idea that Ingrid is like, that is completely unfair to to any of them that might be corpses, because what if they come back? They've been sleeping in their armor for years and years and years. They're gonna be so sore.
You take a finger of the dust and just taste it. Yeah, that's corpse dust.
Okay.
Why do you know what that tastes like?
I'm a grave robber.
Why do you eat?
You just get it. You
Because
like
bone meal and corpse
Let's-
dust have different tastes.
Listen, they just inhaled, okay? It's fine.
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking.
it's like you get nice and personal in that casket. You just get some in your mouth occasionally.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Listen, if you haven't
Finally, some good
tasted,
fucking food.
if you haven't tasted what a dead body tastes like, are you even a grave robber?
Midnight snack.
I thought this was D&D, not vampire.
Eh.
Tomato, potato, you know.
Yeah.
As you continue to investigate this floor, you see that there are two things of note. There are tapestries on some of these walls written in a script that I don't think you read.
What languages do I read?
You have
Languages. Thieves Can't Common, Undercommon, Sylvan? Yeah, and Sylvan.
yeah, none of those. Roll me investigation just to see if you can identify what the script is.
Investigation. A 10. Nice.
10's enough to at least recognize a popular script. This is Celestial.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Uncertain what it reads or what it says, but you do recognize that this is Celestial script that is on the sort of like banners and tapestries that sort of rest between some of these alcoves, saying something, presumably saying something about the dead. Uncertain. But beyond that, you do also find that there are steps that lead down at the back end of this whole grid, there are steps that lead down to a lower level.
Down I go.
You step
Very
down.
carefully.
Yep. You step down, and you find yourself on another one of these levels. And this is getting weird because, again, it's another one of these square grid rooms of alcoves. And again, these are not bodies that are here, but are instead vestments, robes, the dress of people who would once have been priests and, practitioners of religion. And just flecks of corpse dust. Either these have been here for an uncomfortably long time, or something else is going on to the bodies that are interred.
Well, being an experienced grave robber and having gone into many graves, the vestments and the cloth, what condition are they in?
They are in surprisingly good condition. Like the vestments are tattered and dimmed as if they've been untended for a long time, but you do not see the level of decomposition and just outright destruction that you would expect of vestments or anything else that has been down here for long enough for the body to turn to dust.
All right. Continue on.
You continue on to the back end of this place, and there is yet another set of stairs going down to a third level.
And down I go.
On this third level, there is nothing. No there are alcoves, but they're empty. There's nothing in these alcoves. But at the back of this place, instead of another set of stairs down, is a massive black door. The material that the door is made of, impossible to tell. But the surface of it is cold to the touch. And there is more of that celestial script engraved in the surface of the door itself. And there's no visible handhold or any mechanism by which one might open or shut it other than just pushing. But these stone slabs seem so heavy, you don't know quite certainly how anyone is supposed to open this.
Look, if you're a high enough cleric, you have meld through stone. So, who gives a shit about big stone doors?
There are a pair of braziers on either side of the door that seem to have ash still lingering in the pit, but it doesn't look like they've been used for a very long time.
I'll try pushing on the door, see if there's any give.
You press. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
That's never. That is always the scariest save to make.
No, incorrect. Intelligence.
No, because intelligence. Intelligence. I am not going to have any control over the situation. My character is just going to do other people's things.
100%. But I'd
With
rather
wisdom saves, I have to be myself under the control of other characters.
intelligence save also
Mm.
means off to the frickin' nether realm. Like
Now, okay,
these
yeah,
exist.
You press
Charisma
into this-
also just as scary. Anyway, sorry.
you press into this door, and the runes on the surface of it begin to light up. This cold, ethereal, silvery blue glow.
we just see a small explosion off in the distance.
Sure, it's fine.
And you're not certain what specifically is happening in this particular instance, but suddenly a voice from behind you just says, "Wow, you're certainly in a place I would not have expected to find you, little one."
I mean, a corpse in a I can't think of the word for this place.
Catacomb.
Catacomb.
Crypt.
That's it. Corpse in a catacomb seems like the perfect place to find me.
That's actually a fair point.
Maybe, but not
They
walking
got you
about.
there.
And certainly not your corpse, and certainly not this catacomb.
I mean, you can only spend so long in your own catacomb before you get interested in others.
Jesus, don't you hate HOAs? God.
Not usually the attitude that any of mine have to worry about, but fair enough.
Slowly turn around.
Turn. And standing before you is a tall individual. They are dressed in black clothes of, you would probably surmise leather-ish. This sort of long flowing cloak that drapes to their feet. The attire underneath is sort of like form-fitting black attire. The cloak itself, largely just gossamer, free-flowing outfit with the collar of just black feathers. Pale skin, absolutely alabaster. This handsome, sculpted features, long, perfectly straight black hair that rests to about chest level and then reaches down below in the back. A knowing, amused smile on their face. No facial hair aside from perfectly thin black eyebrows. The thing that catches you out among all of this is that their eyes are simply black, empty voids that speak of endless abyss.
That's not too different from my own eyes.
Still, I'm surprised that you made it all the way down here without anyone noticing. Especially the care that you took to disturb those guardians sleeping upstairs. Though, I suppose, you're not quite of the living. They might not have sensed you quite the way that they would sense any other intruder.
That tends to be a thing. They like when disturbed by the living, things get restless.
Usually the case, yes. Though, I suspect with the trigger upon that door, some of them will have awoken anyway. I would recommend caution on your retreat from this place.
Exploring Exploring takes caution in and out.
Indeed. Or else you may find your story cut too short, and then you come to meet me again.
And who am I meeting? For this time and again in the future.
I am known by the name of Ingmar. And most, at least that practice in this place, know me as Death. It's a curious door that you stand before. Corpse of a god that does not sleep easy. Something that I keep watch over in case she decides she wishes to rest in the end. Though, by your presence, I imagine she's still got plans out going on.
By that, am I to infer that the god behind this door would be referred to as grandmother?
Some. Avandra certainly considers her grandmother.
Does she have a proper name or title? Grandmother feels so informal.
If you would rather know. Her name was, mayhap will be again, Sandraudiga, goddess of defeat. She is the grandmother to the changer of ways, because who learns a lesson or changes their path more strongly than one who has just tasted defeat's bitter poison?
Defeat certainly would make you change things. Whereas victory would just continue the status quo.
Her daughter certainly seems inclined to keep things as they are. But it seems like Sandraudiga does not rest easily, despite being put down by the very individuals that she empowered to make this world in the first place. I don't know if a goddess is really ever acclimatized to the concept of being betrayed by their own.
Betrayal is particularly bitter.
The irony of a goddess of defeat being herself defeated. Her presence suspended so that the victory may last forever. But it seems like she's decided to throw a challenge back into the works.
I mean, she is the goddess of defeat. One side has to be defeated in some way or another, so
Till now, there wasn't really a conflict, just a tenuous separation. Powers existing in their own small bubble, separated by the vicious wilds that never really win, lose, gain, or give ground. A stalemate that's been going on for far too long. You know the funny thing about being the god of death? Everyone seems to think that sacrifices, murder, killing in your name are that which you desire. Couldn't be further from the truth. A strong world, a prosperous world, leads to more lives being born. More lives will eventually end. I am, in many ways, inevitable. Even the reanimated must eventually crumble and return to me. A stagnation like this eventually comes to complete cessation, however. And when there are no more lives, there will be no more deaths. It's poison. And something I've grown quite tired of. I think a bit of defeat and change is just what this world needs. And if Sandraudiga thinks that you might be able to pull it off, well, maybe you could use a hand.
There's always room for help in bringing about change and prosperity.
Take this. As he plucks a single feather from his cloak and turns it over until it changes into a blade. It has no hilts. It doesn't have a guard. It's not attached to anything. It's just a pointed blade. Like could be a large arrow or a small sword or a dagger, but with nothing built into it. And he just holds it out to you.
Takes it with both hands.
If you can pierce the hide of anything that ought not live so long with that, it will be welcomed to my embrace. Its essence is spent upon the use, however, so choose your target wisely. Make it an arrow, make it a knife, however you wish to deliver my peace onto your victim. And don't miss.
Missing would likely mean that instead of them being sent to you, I am.
Indeed. And I'd like to see you live to your full potential on your second go round. Let's not cut that story short too soon, shall we?
I'll certainly try not to.
Be careful on your way out of here. The restless dead will certainly recognize you as not one of their own, even if they didn't recognize you as one of the living earlier. And he turns and just as if fading into shadow, he is no longer there. And you hold Ingmar's peace in your hands. A single use, guaranteed death.
But which of the party will they use it on?
Well, you're already not alive, so it's fine, right?
No, I am still alive.
It's fine. You've only got a couple dozen targets to use it on.
Mhm.
You just got to figure out which one you want to take down the quick way.
So I make a note of the inscription on the door.
If you want, I feel like you've probably got the materials. You could probably take a charcoal rubbing of it if you want.
Yeah, that would work too. And then stop and listen.
Only perception. This is not at disadvantage because it's relying on your hearing, not your sight.
Perception.
There are definitely noises coming from upstairs. You can't really make them out, though.
As quietly as I can, I move towards the stairs. And there I'll listen and see if they come closer when they get farther.
Roll me stealth. 25. All right, well, your stealth rolls aren't failing you.
Yeah.
You make your way up, and you see some of those robes that have been laying there are now hovering around. There's this sort of like spectral energy that fills them, almost the faint silhouette of a humanoid, as if the person that would originally have worn them. Just this faint, ghostly energy that fills the gaps. They don't seem to notice you. They don't seem to sense you inherently. Probably, again, as Ingmar mentioned, because you're not quite alive. But you imagine that if you walked into what would essentially be their field of view, they would probably still notice.
Mm-hmm. I wait and watch, see how they're moving.
They sort of wander, not quite aimlessly, but not quite like a patrol. As if they're sort of like curious about what woke them up. Moving quickly and quietly and carefully, you could probably wind your way between them without them noticing you.
That would be my goal.
Another stealth check with advantage because you have had time to prep.
Advantage. Stealth. Another 25.
5 again. Yeah, you slide back and forth, just passing between these priests and make it back up to the first level, where you then hear the heavy metal stomping of the guards. Those suits of armor are definitely moving in a much more concentrated patrol pattern. The lights in these suits of armor are more of a aggressive red than the like pale silver of the ghosts below.
Again, I wait and watch.
Another perception. Consistency is key. These are moving in a more regimented patrol pattern. they seem to be living out some of the skills that they had in life. These particular walking horrors might be a little bit more difficult to sneak by, though. If you keep rolling like that, it's certainly a problem, like you have been for stealthing.
So I wait, watch, observe their patrols, and wait for what I'm assuming is a tiny gap.
Yeah. No, you've made all the preparation you need. You can take this advantage again. It's just the DC is higher. 28 will do it, though. As you slide past these soldiers on their patrol, make your way back up to the door. You realize how the sound dies away as you get away up the stairs. You wonder. You suspect that someone of like particularly powerful divinatory abilities would probably be aware that something happened, but you suspect the regular guards outside probably don't know that anything is gone. So you probably got a little bit of a window to slip out before someone comes with a warning.
So I take the time that I've been down here and I wait at the door for that break in the patrol that the outer guards have and try to slip out in that minute.
Because you've already escaped through them before, I'll say, yeah, you don't even need to roll again. You slide out, and by virtue of being specifically you and not anyone else, you have slipped in and out of the catacombs unnoticed and undisturbed.
And I mesh into the crowds and leave the high temple.
Sometime later, you return to the Nidhogg,
Mm-hmm.
Whose occupants, I believe, had intended to wait for your return.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So all of you notice when door opens and Ingrid steps aboard.
Oh, good. They're not dead.
Welcome back.
Hopefully you're not bringing anything with you.
Hopefully you are bringing something with
Oh,
you.
hopefully it's
know what I
good if you are.
I have knowledge and I have this inscription on from a door.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone speak Celestial?
That's actually a good question.
Funnily enough, actually.
Nope.
I failed to see why that is humorous. Though you're the expert on your own self.
No, I speak Celestial is what I'm saying. What is... Let me have a look.
And I'll show him the rubbing. Show her the rubbing.
Yeah, you lay this rubbing out, and you take a moment to read it. It's a very archaic dialect of Celestial.
Mm-hmm.
But it essentially lays out, here lieth the doom of nations, the death of the proud, the fall of the righteous, the end of the wicked. The one who brings low that which rises high. And woven among this whole spiel is a spell. It's a sealing spell and also a calling spell, but it's far beyond anything you've ever seen before. You're not seeing what it's supposed to summon.
Oh, you stumbled into some shit here. Okay,
Good shit we can use.
I don't think I could use this.
Because of
above
an inability or because of moral reasons?
inability. This
Okay.
is above my ability to cast. This is above most people's ability to cast.
Oh, it's a spell.
Oh, part of it. Something sealed behind whatever this is. And it's meant to summon something. I don't know what.
Wait. Hold on. Can I Arcana roll to potentially identify what spell we're talking about?
Yeah, roll me Arcana. No clue, not on a 7.
Yeah. But it's a spell that you can potentially cast at some point, right?
Would Morgan know if a paladin could cast this?
It's not a paladin spell. It
Yeah.
might be cleric
Might be
spell.
clerical.
It's in the same field, but it's not.
It's divine, but it's not necessarily. Yeah.
Also,
we need,
as for the sealing spell, I don't think we need to cast that spell. We need to undo that spell.
fair, more the summoning part, which yeah, I couldn't cast.
Oh, this is just a sealing.
There's 2 parts.
It's 2 parts. There's one spell for sealing and one spell for summoning.
Okay, so we
I
are
couldn't
back
cast
to
this, though.
tell me details about it. I'm trying to have people tell me enough so that we can potentially figure out what the spell is.
Okay. First off, I assume you saw more than I did. I'm gonna need details on what you saw itself
Yeah.
here, because the description of what's sealed behind here is interesting. And she'll translate the first. She can probably tell that translating the first part's not gonna trigger anything, right?
Yeah, it's you
That's
couldn't cast
all
this in
clear.
either case, but it is still just.
Do not read from the Necronomicon. We've seen the movies. We know how that goes.
Yeah, I don't want to read the second part just in case, but I'm gonna try and translate the first part, which seems to be the non-magical bit. So y'all can get that part.
Right.
Oh, so it's sealing a god. It's specifically sealing grandmother. And I'll give her actual name and god of defeat and
fucking what?
We've been
Sanbraudiga, goddess of defeat.
we're being sponsored.
Can
by
I get that
the-
spelling in chat?
I'm surprised you don't remember that spelling, Zodiac.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be just our luck that the person who's trying to help us out is the deity of getting your ass kicked.
Unless
Yeah.
I mean, probably
We're not-
more than
unless
just
we're-
getting your ass kicked.
unless we're not the ones getting our ass kicked, and it's the people we're fighting against getting their ass kicked. Does anybody know how this works?
Yeah, this is probably more than just being defeated. It's, learning from defeat, or this isn't a god I'm particularly aware of, to be clear.
We are defeat has many interpretations.
Exactly.
Yeah, but every interpretation is a number of steps forward, a number of steps plus X back.
Yes. You
I
must break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Oh, yeah.
The same must go for people.
That you don't make an omelet out of people.
You don't make an omelet out of people.
You need eggs for like.
people
I
have
guess
you
you could add people in there, but you
Uh,
need eggs for an omelet.
And people
Yeah.
have
People
eggs.
have
It's
eggs.
just
People
extremely
have
fucked
eggs.
up.
Oh, jeez.
That's one of my favorite, fun little recipes. We don't think about. We all just put egg in our recipe. In a 1,000 years, they're going to be trying to recreate our recipes with fish eggs or something, just crying that it's not working.
100%. Anyways,
So yeah, god of defeat and
Got it.
Apparently, she has become restless enough to do something about it. Because, by the sounds of it, she was portrayed by the people who set up the current systems.
Oh, so
Like, set up the kingdoms.
she's betrayed by her granddaughter?
Not
Daughter,
granddaughter.
by the sounds of it.
Daughter or whatever. If
By
upon
all
who
the
it's
other
referring to as
gods
grandmother.
and whoever, and
Well,
all these fuckers who rule everything.
yeah, might be more the rulers than the actual gods themselves.
All of the hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to get down there and kick down this door so a goddess can walk free and let chaos reign.
Problem is, she's already been defeated once.
I mean, she's the goddess of defeat. That makes sense.
Right. What
That
I'm
would be
saying
by
is something would
betrayal.
have to change.
Yeah, just like Ingrid said, because of betrayal. You get betrayed once, shame on you. You get betrayed twice, you know what it is.
You
Yeah.
need to start watching your back
Yeah.
better.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm already doing that, thanks.
But also, the people who betrayed her are more powerful now. They
Than
might
her?
win in a.
Who's to say
All
they're
it
more
takes is a
powerful now?
moment of weakness.
I mean, they
They
didn't.
all have the entirety of a city behind each of their backs.
They.
I'd call that power.
They. Well, here's the thing. They didn't seal her up in a cavern because they thought she was benign. They sealed her up in a cavern to not wreck their shit.
Right. Bitch can fuck shit up.
Oh, no, I'm not saying she couldn't. I'm just saying we might not be able to win by just this.
So
No,
if
it's another
This
piece
is
of
why-
the puzzle.
It helps.
this is why we need to figure out exactly what those spells are, because we have the text. We can just create a fucking spell scroll.
We
Can
also
we-
need someone who can cast it. This is a powerful spell that even I, as a paladin, can't do.
That's why we need to figure out what spell what spell it is, so we find out who can cast it. Because if it is a paladin spell, for example,
It's not.
then it doesn't matter how cool and badass you are. Well, it matters how cool and badass you are, but it matters how much of an overachiever you are. And if it's a spell, for example, that I can eventually do, or that one of y'all can eventually do.
Is Kiara in the room?
Yes, Kiara is here.
I think the only person who could cast this, even theoretically, in this room is Kiara.
Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility, but until we know what spell it is, we don't know that.
Okay, Kiara, can you look at this spell, please?
You're muted, Johnny.
No, I'm not. I just wasn't talking
Okay.
loudly enough. She sort of looks it over, weaves her fingers together. I've only heard of magics like this before. It's the spells theoretically have a name. This is something more than the spells that would be known by those names. Theoretically, in arcane circles, or those who put names to such magics, these would be known as spells of imprisonment and spells of gate. Already spells of some of the highest circles of magic that can be conceived.
But these are meant to do more than that.
These are stronger still versions of those. I suspect this probably took a concerted effort by multiple practitioners of magic who were all capable of casting those spells individually.
Where would you find such a high concentration of those people?
Ruling all of the nations.
Go fucking figure.
We have to get them to cooperate. That
So that's
sounds like a fool's errand.
what this all comes down to. That's what this entire mission thing is. All of this is bitch is trapped. Bitch is tired of being trapped. Bitch wants to be untrapped.
I don't know if it's that simple. I think she wants the change.
Probably because the change means she won't be trapped.
I think you're treating it so a little too selfish for most. The gods are intellect. The gods have mindsets that most of us couldn't understand.
That's
Larger picture.
that is definitely a way to see it.
I'm not
I
saying they can't be
disagree.
selfish, but in this case, it seems a little more than just that.
Okay, so what are we really working for here? Are we working for actual change, or are we working because somebody wants to get out of their prison?
I mean,
All
that's
One does not
those can go
necessarily
hand in hand.
preclude the other.
that's the thing. That's the difference here. And I'm going to say this with all of the respect that I can muster. And keep in mind, this is all the respect I can muster. No offense, but I don't give the slightest hair on a dog's ass what the goddess of defeat wants. What I care about is that what the goddess of defeat wants may coincide with what we want.
What do we want?
Burn it down.
That implies that we all want that. And this time
No.
it was a little more straightforward.
Okay.
We.
Some of us are talking literally and some of us are talking figuratively. But I understand what the doll is saying.
I get what the doll is saying,
Okay.
but they're being very, very black and white about everything.
Okay. First of all,
And she has a name.
can we stop calling the doll the fucking doll? Because I give you all the respect of calling you by your names. I've been very patient.
Have you? Because I remember what happened in the temple. You didn't even try to play along.
I'm not patient about everything. I am not perfect, but I am trying. That's the difference. I'm trying.
Astra,
Thank you.
I apologize.
I appreciate that. I
understand.
agree that we don't all have the same notion. I wasn't trying to speak for all of us. The question was, what do we want to do? And I assumed we all answer individually. My response is burn it down. Some figuratively, some literally. Because we haven't talked about what we all want and how it coincides. And we should have that talk.
Do you want me to bare my soul to you, my friend?
Your goals.
I mean,
You
I
do
think
do it
we-
best. You do it best via song. Comes the voice in your head. Ukraine.
I think it's something we should all do at this point. Now we have an actual something
Yeah.
we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
so Astra has made
Mhm.
it. You have already said
This
Burn it.
system
You already said you wanted to burn it down. Is there anything
Correct.
you'd like to add?
To clarify what I mean, this system in every place that we have visited, with the possible exception of the fucking necromancers, but let's not pretend there's not some bad shit going on there too, is
Nope,
I'm sure there is.
hideously,
We just didn't see a lot of it.
yeah, it's all hideously, horrifically, irrevocably broken. There is no amount of reform that I could possibly see because it is on a fundamental level. Like the foundation is rotten upon which all of these cities were built, as far as we know. I don't know. Maybe I can't even think of one that would be good. But
To be
as
fair,
far as we can tell, they're all, yeah.
yeah, by the sounds of it, they were all founded on the betrayal of a god.
All
That gave
I,
them, that was giving them
yes.
power. So
Yes. I'm going to be honest and say I care less about that, but that is also a fact objectively. It all needs to be torn down. In some cases, metaphorically, and you all know I have at least one place where I mean that physically.
I believe we will make a note of that again, but I believe you've made several notes about that.
Yes, that is my stance on the matter.
Thank you. I don't want to be pedantic and say thank you for sharing, but thank you for sharing. Would anybody else like to go next?
I
Good scene.
wish to be out from underneath of the thumb of the contract keeper that holds me. On top of that, I wish to drop Kepping to its knees and make it grovel. Not at me necessarily, but it would be best to take the entire province down a peg or two. On top of that, my own personal affairs, I wish to dispose of my mothers and free myself from the burden of being fractured. And not myself.
So much fun.
Yes, broken toys often make the weirdest of noises.
And by fractured, you mean the other voice we met that one time?
A couple of times.
Yeah, fair.
Your grain will straighten up.
Did you not know that we've had that?
You've
Sorry,
had conference. No, that's not necessarily something that I have taken notice of.
Sorry to spring that on you out of nowhere. Didn't mean to set you off on that one.
To be clear, not that you might have noticed in character, but whenever you, the player, have been away from session, the voice inside has been in control.
Yeah. I did not expect her to reveal herself to you all this quickly.
Oh, wasted no time.
They
Played very coy about it.
You met Granny Bonjour, the pieces of which were used to resurrect me and make me from a cauldron, including her soul. Part of it resides still, and I am looking to free myself from her eventually.
Can I ask how that happens?
Your guess is as good as mine, but if anyone is going to help me do it, it would be a god.
It's very true.
I could also do some not so unkind things to my other two mothers and persuade them to tell me. Hopefully. That might take another few centuries, though. I am only on my third.
Greta loves torture. She'd happily endure your nerves.
I know Molly didn't hear that, but I sure did, and damn.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
who's next?
I can go next. I've also been pretty open.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I want what's best for the people around me. It's quite simple.
When you say the people around you, do you mean the people of your hometown, or do you mean the people like literally around you, like us?
You're around me right now, and you count. As much as I get frustrated with Astra.
You. Here's the thing,
Your
and
people around me.
But here's the quandary, Paladin. What do you want for yourself?
I'll find that when I get back to semblance of a normal life. Things change, and I haven't really had a chance to get back to normal. Stomp Duke's ass at the moment, but that's me being petty.
What'd you say?
From there, stomping Duke's ass is the big one right now, but that's me being small and petty.
You know what? I will take it because that's not for the people, that's for you. And that's something.
From there, I make sure Rumor is safe for the people and is not constantly fucking around with its laws and things.
As
Puts its people first and not this mad demigod who wants to.
as a historian, I can only say good luck with people not fucking around with laws and stuff.
The best we can get, at least.
I know.
But that's what the people who are on the ground are for. That's what I'm here for.
Ingrid, what about you?
To see Nox burn.
Literally or figuratively?
Both.
fair. Morgan. I know I snark a lot. I am saying this with sincerity. When you say I want the best for everyone, that is very vague.
It depends on the person, surely.
So you want an individualized perception of the best versions of our realities?
I want people to get the help they need.
Okay.
Whatever that form comes.
That I can accept.
Sure. We are talking specifically about this situation, though.
I do have to ask, says Kiara. When you say the best for everyone around you, your enemies are around you on the battlefield.
Those people mean it on the rest of the people, and if they can change their ways, great. That's why I at least want a word with Callian before I sentence her. If she can change her mind, great. If not, we deal with her as needed.
To be clear, the High Priestess, I don't know that Astra has shared that her name is Kallian yet.
Fair point.
I have not yet.
Okay, the High Priestess. Yep, sorry, that's on me.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're fine.
Whatever I want a word with the High Priestess to see their actual goals, but they're becoming fairly clear. I still want a confirmation.
I'm going to express a concern.
Do I want Rumor to burn physically? No, because I think there is good in Rumor. Do I want Rumor to change? Correct.
Do you want to tear down what the current power structure is?
Metaphorical burn, not physical.
Okay.
You wish to incite change.
Correct.
Because there is incite change from within the system and make reforms, and there is tear it down and start new. Those are two very different things.
Try the one that doesn't start a war, and then if not, we'll do the other.
They're both going to start wars. Particularly your city, because ain't nobody warring like a holy war.
Oh, trust me, I'm aware.
It's a whole ass party. So I say this is a compliment, kind of. A general compliment. I don't see it as a strength, but it is a general compliment. You seem to see the best in people. I'm still alive, so clearly that's true.
What have you, apart from being a mass murderer, which is a hell of a sentence I've just said.
I'll get to you yet.
Things you want a mass murderer to say to you.
Your targets are hopefully, not knowing every specific target you want, and I know you have one particular one in mind, the rest are collateral.
I mean, all the diviners, but in that fucking city, but yeah. Because they're all complicit. They're all part of it. If I just kill the one, somebody else is taking their spot. But
Unless we dissuade them, but I see your point.
they're please abandon all of this stuff that gives you all the power and influence, and yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, tell the paladin that to throw away everything that makes them, useful.
My point being that, and I'm sorry, she says the name at this point. I don't, yeah. Is a master fucking manipulator, clearly, because she's in charge of the city of priests. And you're going to go in there wanting answers and hoping that she's going to change. You're going to believe she's changed. Unless she's so fucking zealous.
You're assuming that I'm just going to stand there and believe her.
No.
But I want to see if she's possible to change.
I'm concerned that you want it to be possible. Is all I'm saying. Weird as it sounds, I'm trying to help.
No, I get it. Yeah, I want the best for people, even people who have done bad things. If it's possible for them to change and improve, that is good. Do I fully believe that she's able to improve? Not really.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to make sure before I do anything.
Fair enough.
Again and again, she saved my life. For whatever reason, there's something in there. I could have just been executed there and then.
And I still say that's an example of her manipulating you.
I don't know.
But we agree. We don't agree on that. We're not going to sit here arguing about it for weeks.
That all being said, we didn't actually have Molly's opinion on this, on her situation.
Yeah.
It's okay. I can wait.
Your time's now, unless you want to hold off.
No, I don't want to hold off, but I can wait.
No, go ahead.
Honestly, because I don't mind technology. I'm a fan of technology. However, I am not a fan of erasing history. I'm not such a fan of progress that we erase all the progress we made to get here. I don't want to take the technological innovations away. Right. I just want I want history to be recognized, and I want it to be considered, and I want it to be learned from. That's really all I want. That's really all I want. As for the rest of it, there's no bigger picture. That's just that's the change I'm looking for. Is recognize history, it recognize its place amongst the innovation and technology. Stop erasing all the quote unquote non-perfect models that came before.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's not as crazy as burn it all down, but
It's very reasonable.
Getting people to acknowledge history is a hell of a thing. Hey, look at the parts of yourself that you don't like anymore. Yeah. Let's read about that.
You have to heal those parts.
Yeah.
Or cut them out with a knife.
That's what Ricule has been doing. Cutting them out with a knife.
Except that knife is extremely large.
As in just cutting it out of society entirely.
Exactly.
Except for the nerds like me that live in libraries and thrive on research. And nerd is Astra's word, not mine.
That's true.
So with that being said, I'm all for setting this god free if we can, when we can. What do we do right now?
I'll ask this of Ingrid. Did you intend to share any of the other details that were involved in that encounter?
The conversation with the god of death, not really.
Okay, fair enough.
Like besides the knowledge I learned from it, like the name and all that. She will mention that getting back to that door for the spell might be a pain because it's guarded by reanimating armor and robes and stuff.
I'm less worried about that than the guards.
Oh, so the armor is basically just old guards.
I meant the living ones.
Okay. Those are easy.
Also a concern, to be clear.
Yeah. The living guards you could probably sneak past. If
looks down.
Sneak past. And by sneak past I mean just wait for the break in their patrols. The undead guards, there's a good chance that they'll just sense you're there and you can't get past them without conflict. Like, there's a good chance the only reason I got through is because I'm already dead.
Fair.
And also they're triggered by the door. So like
most D&D parties.
So this is heavily so that door is heavily on lockdown, as it should be. Ha. So that door is heavily locked down, as it should be if it's holding a god back.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm thinking outside the box here. And I know this isn't just, it wouldn't be just as easy as this. But what's directly above the prison? We can't get through the door. Can we get through the ceiling? Just saying, not everybody thinks of that in those big rituals. They're just, oh, we got a room. It's sealed. It's got a big ass door.
I wouldn't be surprised if the room is more metaphorical than
I know
than literal.
yeah. I know that is
No.
entirely possible, but we should check still, because you never know. It might just be as simple as get a shovel.
I mean, at that point, we still have to deal with the living guards and Kellyanne.
Ingrid will try to like. So it's like 20 feet this way, 30 feet this way, and try to like remember like how far over and how far down it was,
Mhm.
and compared to that to the temple.
Weren't you underground though?
Yeah, they're trying to piece together where above ground that would land.
Got
Only
it.
investigation.
Okay. Got it.
Investigate.
Morgan wouldn't have that good a knowledge of any part of the High Temple, right? Like she's been there maybe once or
Yeah,
twice.
you've been there maybe once or twice. You wouldn't know. With a 9, not certain where exactly. Though Kiara will say, as powerful as a spell as imprisonment is rumored to be, I don't think it would be something that would be broken by simply digging a hole. Especially
No, but it'll get us to the. But it might potentially get us in physical sight.
maybe.
Physical.
I will put it this way, and again, this will not be easy. But if we're not inside of it, we can't dispel it.
I don't think we're capable of dispelling it, even if we were at the moment.
At
This
at
might
the
be a goal we
moment,
have to come back
because
to.
because we do not have access to third level spells. But
This would be a bit more than that.
Let alone 9th level.
This
all
is
I'm
more than that.
saying
That's
is, all it takes is a nat fucking 20.
For a 9th level spell?
Technically, a 9th level spell only requires, if we go strictly by the rules.
This is a past 9th level spell.
I know. I'm saying if we go strictly by the rules, all you need is a 19 total, not on the die, total.
I think you're assuming if it's just by regular rules. I think this is a bit bigger than regular rules.
I understand that,
To be fair,
but we won't know until we try.
spell text of imprisonment specifies a dispel magic can end the spell only if it is cast with a 9th level spell slot,
Fair enough.
targeting either the prison or the component used to create it.
Yeah.
And that's the 9th level version of
The point is, once we get in physical view of it, there are a number of things potentially we can do if we are creative enough about it.
I mean, we can always find somebody that can cast,
They're all going to be under her thumb,
but-
is the problem.
I'm just saying
There's
you said-
consideration that if we just go and defeat the nations, that creates enough. Like, defeat is the domain of this god. We cause enough defeat that the god gets their power back, and they just break the seal themselves.
Maybe, but are we going to try and just storm up to Kellyanne and swing swords? Because that seems like a death wish to all of us.
I was just gonna say we threaten somebody to dispel it or lose their life.
If they're strong enough to dispel it, I think they're strong enough to deal with us.
They could kill us easily. If anyone who could do that would kill us.
We'll need
What
to know
about
more.
idea?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find out more about this imprisonment spell.
I'm honestly more concerned about the gate.
Gate.
The second part of the spell, a gate to summon something powerful from another plane of existence.
For sure.
But if
I don't disagree.
Even
If
the-
beyond the normal limitations of such a powerful magic.
My
If Sanjarica
concern
is-
there comes with whatever we summon may potentially be even worse for us.
Because if Sandradica's in the prison, there wouldn't need to be a summoning spell
Right.
for her.
Mm.
So what is this summoning?
That's a good question. It's something we should definitely look into.
My hope is as much candy as possible.
I doubt that's the case.
You never know until you try.
So optimistic.
I mean, there are
one
much
of us
simpler
has to be.
spells to make food.
There are.
Now, there are definitely options that we may have once we figure out what what kind of imprisonment it is.
Yeah.
But that's not even a tomorrow problem. That's not even a next week problem.
We aren't ready for that.
Absolutely not.
So does that make it so we're done here in Rumor? Do we move down to, I think we said Recule probably next?
Are we done here?
Done as far as I know.
Still want to see if I can get a word with
We didn't really
Calian,
do
but-
anything.
Yeah, I still want to see if we can get a word with Calian, but
Okay, then let's try it.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
I
Not without
mean,
pissing off Duke.
nothing is kind of rudimentary. We gathered information.
We got
present for
information
this.
correct.
We did something.
We may not have changed or altered the course of anything, but we
Didn't-
have.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you are right. My thoughts are trailing. But
Didn't we
did
make
not-
a kind of alliance with someone? Do we have anything to fulfill on that end?
Yes, with me, says Kiara. And with the goddess that I serve.
That's right. Hi, you're here.
I think she was meaning the necromancer and making sure if we found any of their subjects that we return them.
Also that. Actually, I was definitely not thinking of that, but now that you mentioned it,
That is,
yes, definitely that. That was what I was thinking of.
which means we could probably do a patrol. I know I was saying I wanted to go back check in with the people I was staying near and the surrounds.
Patrol can't hurt.
Well,
Famous last words.
I may have a direction for you.
Oh, really?
By all
Tell
means.
us which way to point our swords.
Can't hear you.
This vessel, the Nidhogg, as we are deciding to call it, is in need of a larger crew. At the moment, it's a skeleton. There are many facilities and resources that it could put to its use, given enough people. And you all will eventually need an army.
How many are okay, let's put a pin in that one for right now. But how many for the crew?
Well, there's a small village that is currently missing its guardian and has fallen on hard times since she's been away.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Ah, yes. We slaughtered the village.
No,
No.
I know you're joking, but no.
Yes, joking.
I mean, are they wizards?
No.
Okay, don't slaughter
Thank
the
you.
village.
No, normal people. No, well,
And-
maybe small amounts of magic.
A whisper from Avandra tells me that perhaps someone is there who shouldn't be there and wants to go home.
Like, go home?
As in someone got teleported.
Someone who was lost in the upheaval might be there.
That's good. I thought you were talking about someone with a death wish, and we have plenty of those. We don't need more. Though I
Well,
am
no.
always looking for new friends.
I say I have a feeling the death wishes are for other people's deaths and not your own.
Tomato, potato.
I mean, that works.
I mean-
That's still with what I wanted to do anyway. Not that I would have, I would have still done it regardless, but still.
We know.
We know.
We don't have to. You don't have to justify that you were going to do it. We all knew you were going to do it at some point. But now you have help.
The help would be useful.
Well, hold on. Before we commit to helping, we should know more about this situation because all I hear is town that needs guardian and someone who is displaced who wants to go home. We don't know if this is a town of cannibals. That's super weird that we went to the same thing.
I see that both of you have premonitions of being eaten in the future.
Oh my god.
But we don't know whether it's a town of evil cultists. Let's say that.
Considering
Or
I
this
live
person who
there,
needs to go home.
If it is a cult we are worried about, all we need to do is depose of the prophet, and at which point you cut the snake dies from the head.
I think I would know if the people I live with were a cult.
Oh wait, are we talking about your village?
The place that put me up, yeah. The guardian, the person taking all the things on from the wilds I
after-
mentioned.
Yeah, the after they got kicked out.
Yeah, after I got kicked out, they put me up in a small little shit shack, and I appreciate
Right, how
it.
long
but,
were you there?
A few months, 6 months.
Okay, they could totally be evil cultists and you would have no idea.
Okay.
Point being,
Rather
yes,
than
I know. Point is, I know
theorize.
I know the place, and I know exactly where it is. I live there.
Fair.
rather than theorize about them being evil cultists, why don't we go find out?
We
Instead
can
of
just
just
go ask.
checking.
I'm just saying,
Then it
how
was-
long were you? How many times were you served long pork?
Sorry, long pork is one of those that just breaks me.
Every single time, exactly.
Yeah. I know where that is. We can head there now.
Okay,
We
you
can
want to
get
help?
out of the city borders. That's easily enough on foot.
You want to help? I'm forgetting this person. You want to help Alsana find where this is?
Oh, she, I'm assuming we haven't mapped the area. She literally points to it with her finger.
Make our way there then, Alsana says as she heads up to the cockpit.
The problem is she just programs in a straight line, so when you go through like 70 buildings on the way.
Yeah, crash through every wall and building between here and there.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fastest route is a straight line.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't tell me if this was a Tesla magical vehicle.
We need more of those.
That's why there's been so many raccoons.
You just see little claw prints on the back of Nidhogg.
So, assuming that your plan is to return to said village,
Seems like it.
the Nidhogg makes its way out of the city of Rumor and makes its way towards the outskirts, and that's where we're going to take our break. Remember, when we take our break, you take yours, so sit up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Please enjoy these commercial messages.
We're back.
Welcome back.
A dinosaur story.
No!
Yes.
Have to deal with that in other streams. Absolutely not.
You
That's what they say, but look at them smile.
You just need to make friends with the dinosaurs that are in this world then.
Point me to where they are.
Gladly.
Yeah.
We just happened
maybe later.
upon
A ter-
the village that embraced Morgan was a village of dinosaurs.
No, a terrible joke just came to mind. It's like
Mm.
point you to where the dinosaurs are. Jeremy's right there.
Ha.
That's the look
That's
of
just
a man
rude.
who wants to murder.
Kill.
Listen, like Wyoming's not that far away from Oregon, dude. Like,
Don't
You're
worry,
off.
Drev, don't move. They can't see you if you're not moving.
Their vision's based. Their vision's moving based.
yes, once you turn 40, you can't see moving things.
That's
I
why car
mean,
crashes go up after
Not
40.
not without my glasses, I can't. That's not true. I can see pretty well without my glasses. They're just fur.
Oh, fuck.
Murder you all.
Mm.
Hey, I was sticking up for you.
Murder you mostly.
Oh,
Better-
just a little of murder as a treat.
Just a little murder. Yeah, it's a treat.
I thought that was the entire concept of this character.
No,
That's true.
this character is a lot of murder, not as a treat, but as a calling.
A lot of murder, you know, a 3 meal a day murder rather than
Mhm.
just a snack.
Ring ring, who's there? It's murder.
Oh. God damn.
So Dinosaur Village.
So yes, the Nidhogg is making
Full of
its way.
cultists. Don't forget the cultists.
Cultist dinosaurs.
So
Dinosaur cultists.
Dinosaur cultists, and not a cult that worships dinosaurs, but dinosaurs
Dinosaurs
that
in a
are
cult.
cultists.
look, guys.
Go ahead.
They have
They
the
make-
biggest robes ever.
They make great silverware.
We don't need to rehash the plot of the '90s Mario movie.
Okay, but can we?
I can't rehash it because I don't know what it is.
Oh, you
Look.
should. 'Cause I love that movie. It's bad. It's great.
It's so bad it's good. It's one of my partner's favorite movies.
Oh, it's so good.
I disagree, but
No.
fair.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's not a good movie.
I mean, we all have movies like that, so fair.
Exactly. It's entertaining.
I'm just saying, I just recently watched New Mutants. I'm currently committed to watching Madam Web within the next couple of weeks.
Mm-mm.
Rewatch, to be
There's only so much I
clear.
can do.
I've seen it before. I am not also watching the fucking Mario Brothers movie.
'90s version.
I
specifically.
mean, I'm not going to kink shame, but I am going to kink ask why.
Yes, I
I
always
wa-
kink
what-
question.
The New Mutants was for Final Ghouls. Madam Web is for an appearance I'm making on another podcast, but it is on me because I had 3 options to pick from. They were the Masters of the Universe movie, which I don't give a shit about He-Man.
Even though
Madam
usually kinda-
Web, and the new Fantastic Four movie. In that case, my decision came down to either I could talk about the Fantastic Four movie and how it's the first movie to make me actually give a shit about the Fantastic Four, or the first anything to make me give a shit about the Fantastic Four.
There is one character in the Fantastic Four I give a shit about, and that is Ben Grimm. love Ben
It's
Grimm.
actually it made as somebody who did not, who just didn't care about anybody who wasn't Ben or Sue, it made me care about all the characters. It's actually quite good. But I
don't
could do
care enough.
that, or I could talk about the disaster that is Madam Web, and yet how it's still better than Morbius and Craven the Hunter.
Madam Web is bad without the entertaining meme factor that is Morbius at this point.
I
that makes it a worse movie.
disagree. The only reason that movie is entertaining is because of the memes, and that does not
Correct.
that doesn't count when you're watching it.
All right, so
Anyway,
the Nidhogg makes its way to a village slightly north of the Rumor Theocracy, on the edge of the anarchic wilds. A few hours pass. The Gauntlet Runner can move significantly faster than a single individual, so what was a day or two of walking on foot to get to this village from Rumor becomes a few hours of rapid trek over land. You arrive at a small village. Maybe there are less than 100 people here, if you were to guess. At the center of the village's arrangement are statues of three gods. I need to pull my notes up.
also, does this village have a name? Because we never established.
It does, but the name is simply tripartite, as a recognition of the three gods that form the backbone of their worship.
Okay.
The three gods in question being Ingmar, god of death, Ekmera, goddess of life, the harvest, and nature. And the third being, oh God, why am I forgetting their name?
Steve.
No.
And the third being Coralon.
The Elven God?
Yes. Which takes a slightly different trek when you realize that the majority of this place is not entirely elvish, but the protection aspect of Coralon sort of takes hold here in the mix between life and nature and death.
Mhm.
And many of the gods find unique approaches here. And yeah, as you enter Tripartite's boundary, you see those three statues. Ekmera is a golden-haired figure wrapped in flowing robes, holding a sheaf of, like holding a bundle of wheat under one arm, with a flowing stein in the other. The statue of Ingmar is a tall, black-clad individual wearing a long, flowing cloak, long hair, pale face, very similar to an individual that Ingrid ran into very recently. And the statue of Coralon is a tall elven figure, androgynous, not particularly easy to tell if there is any particular gender assigned, bearing a bow in one hand, a blade in the other, sort of taking a protective stance. And as the gauntlet runner comes into town and comes to a stop, there's a number of individuals who sort of emerge from homes to sort of see what's going on. There's a small community here. The thing that you notice that is different in the couple of months that you've been away, Morgan, is you don't see any children around. There's not a sign of like dramatic mourning. You don't suspect the children are dead, but you suspect that those that haven't very recently reached adulthood are somewhere else for some reason.
Is there a big cornfield?
Not immediately nearby, no.
Okay.
They are not children of the corn.
Would they like to be?
Please no.
I'm reminded of high school.
I'm sorry. Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy. Don't you want to be a cult leader?
Drev, okay, I'm sorry. I have to ask, how does that remind you of high school?
One of my teachers called me and my brother children of the corn. Because we were from Nebraska.
I was
That
going to
makes
say
sense.
because you murdered every adult in your in the immediate vicinity.
I lived in Ohio. My on every other year, my high school is surrounded by 4 cornfields. Because
But no, Children
on
of
the
the Corn
off years, it's soybeans.
Children of the Corn specifically takes place in a fictional Nebraska town, though.
Correct.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Legally distinct, not actual Nebraska
Yeah.
town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morgan sees that. There's a bit of a head tilt as they're watching out from the the deck of the runner. But then once it parks in, Morgan's gonna make their way straight down and out.
Make your way out. The first person that greets you is that druid woman that you had spoken to for a harvest festival before everything went mad. Who is still around, having seemingly not been thrown away in the upheaval. As she approaches, Morgan, I was worried we would never see you again.
Much the same, honestly. Hi, I'm sorry. Everything kind of threw me out of whack. Is everyone okay? I hope my being gone hasn't screwed up too much.
Well, things have changed a bit since you've been gone, as you may have noticed.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Most of the threats from the wilds have increased as of recent months since you've been gone. The majority of those who have families have moved to villages closer to who seek more ready access to protection. Those that remain are those who are too stubborn or have nothing to particularly drag them closer. At the moment, the rest of us that remain are those who don't really feel that there's a reason to move at the moment and are fine defending ourselves from whatever may come. And a newcomer who ended up showing up in your stead. Their methods of protection are unorthodox, but it's certainly been effective.
Do you suppose they'd be willing to meet? Willing to have a chat?
Almost certainly. Margrave, as they sort of turn, and you see an individual dressed in a black robe approaching. Their skin gaunt, pale. They have the look of someone who is from the Necromancer's Tower. You immediately recognize the look of someone who has been around. Also, doubly reinforced by the fact that they are being flanked by a trio of skeletons.
Like that kind of instinctive wince, but no, obviously no sword pulled or anything.
They seem to be in full battle dress, and it looks like they've probably recently had to repel something. But the individual, ragged looking, sort of walks up. Doretta and newcomers, much like myself. Hello, I'm Margrave.
Sup?
Hello.
Wonderful to meet you. My name is Morgan. I'm from here. Before everything, the upheaval that threw both of us across the world, effectively switched places almost.
Hey. Well, I do hope you'll forgive my particular methods, but this village was in need of protectors, and as it happened, there were bodies.
Not something I would have done, obviously, but you're doing it for the right reasons.
If nothing else, Doretta, the druid, mentions Ingmar's claim has already been had. Their souls are at rest, even if their bodies are put to use.
As long as their families have a chance to mourn and things.
No, they were long buried before Margrave came around.
Okay.
Okay, I also do things that Morgan does not approve of for the right reasons. So
For your own reasons.
the right reasons.
I'm pretty sure Morgan just doesn't approve of my existence in general. So
Well,
Okay, we're
we're
immediately
not
turning to.
we're not
Where's me?
turning against Morgan.
I'm not. I was being supportive.
No, I get it. This is a roast.
No, it's
I was being fully supportive. I was trying to make a connection with your the other you.
And Ingrid, once I found out that you weren't going to be a threat, no, I had no problem. I have no problem with you.
Yeah, you're one of the good ones.
Not what.
Now that was a roast.
That one was a. Yeah, she clearly. That one was clearly taken as a roast.
It's good to see such camaraderie around. It's been rather tense since I've shown up here.
Yeah, I'm helping.
I should introduce my compatriots also being thrown around the world. The doll is Astra.
Hi.
The one who decided to claim that I do not care about them is Ingrid.
hello.
Hello, living disinclined. Hello.
Would patchwork be a good word for Igraine out of character?
Yeah, that pretty much sums her up.
The patchwork one for lack of a better term, no offense, of course, is Igraine.
None taken.
And this, of course, is Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm an investigator from Rakul.
Meet all of you. I am Margrave, apprentice necromancer, living disinclined, technically speaking, classified as a revenant, but still wandering around.
Cool.
So we have come to see if we can discuss an arrangement.
Well, as it turns out, defending this particular stretch of land is getting rather more difficult. Larger and larger beasts have been making their presence known. I don't know if something is happening to drive them out, or if the druids are making a larger claim, he says, and looks over at Doretta. No offense, Doretta, being a druid. None taken. I'm not particularly familiar with the circles in the wilds.
So you need someone to go in there and fix whatever the problem is.
Kind of. I sort of worry that any fix that might be applied would only be temporary.
Well, yeah, but going in there to deal with the core problem is at least going to be more permanent than killing everything that wanders into the past the tree line, so to speak.
Fair and correct. Well, that seems to be a monumental task.
The wilds are extremely uncharted for most. It would be. We don't know how they have everything set up. We just deal with the things as they come out.
And you've all got a gauntlet runner, which is good.
I was going to say.
That'll help us get through, but won't
That's
help
what-
us fight things.
Yeah, you've got a good vehicle for getting through, but going somewhere specific in the wilds will still be just as dangerous.
I mean,
So there are no maps of the wilds at all?
no.
They're called the anarchic wilds for a reason. They change constantly.
But that being said, these things are that are coming into the village. Is it fair to say that they're coming from a particular direction?
I mean, the wilds are north of us, so generally from the north.
But
Fair.
no particular set spot. It kind of
Well,
wherever they come from.
They come generally from the north, but they don't really come from like a
The north is
single angle of attack. No.
The north is a wide swath.
Right, but I respect Morgan. I'm asking about the increased presence since you've been gone.
Yes. They don't typically have a single angle of attack, but it's gotten more frequent. And the things showing up have gotten larger and more dangerous. I've had to kill my first dinosaur recently.
Well then, that's new.
Was it a cultist?
Big
God
fins.
damn it.
Not that I'm aware of, but it was very large, very feathery, and very dangerous.
Large feathery friends.
Good to know. That's a new one on me.
So here's the thing. If it has increased and it's getting bigger, that means increased foot traffic that can be tracked.
Indeed. If there's something driving them our way, it might be found somewhere in there. Or maybe the druids have simply gotten tired of the existing borders.
I mean, even if that's the case, they are driving them somewhere. Or summoning. Could be
Possibly.
summoning.
Could be a lot of things. We
Is
really
there,
don't know.
is there any particular pattern to when they appear?
No, we just kind of have to keep a constant watch. At least not that we've been able to discern.
Right.
Fortunately,
Right.
the undead don't sleep, so they make good guards.
Yeah, it must be nice woken up in the middle of the night more than once. To be fair,
yeah.
happy to do it, but
my point being, we have big tracks, especially if there's a dinosaur. We have a direction that we can follow.
If we wanted to run into a place we have no idea about, to a
Okay, but
situation that we have no clue about.
Okay, but if we run into the wilds, wouldn't they change on us and it'd be hard to find our way out?
Also a problem.
Well,
If I'm
you have a gauntlet runner. Directional sense is always useful, but specific paths might become more dangerous or hard to find.
Okay, but so if we're not going to fix the problem of the increased things, are we just staying here and killing monsters until?
Weren't we here to get a crew for the Gauntlet Runner, anyways?
Yes,
Not,
that's what we're doing.
I was gonna get there. I at least wanted some to sit down for a little while first and catch up with things that are happening.
Of course.
Check in with individual people. Though if the kids are further in towards the city, that's helpful at least.
With their families.
But yes,
From what I understand, the majority of the people that remain here because they don't really have anything to retreat for. If you're offering a way to get out of here, potentially strike back at things that have been threatening them, make a living in a way that doesn't require constantly fending off dinosaurs. Doretta, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a number of people might take you up on that. Doretta shrugs and kind of nods.
We could use the crew.
People, only the hardiest of our town remain here, and judging by the size of your vessel, we have enough to crew the vehicle. Assuming everyone would be willing to go along with this, and you do have a reputation and history with us. I feel like they'd be more willing to follow you than anyone else who came along off.
I wouldn't want to put them in danger. Our task is quite large, but
they're in danger already.
Not against monsters in the wilds, not our actual task, which is the group of us were the ones specifically asked
that we're dealing with around here, perhaps?
A little more directly asked by the goddess that decided to send us everywhere. Yeah.
Well, I'll put it this way. People around here are fighting because they don't know what else to fight for.
Then we fight for change.
And I think that might be something worth going around for. We'll need to have a chat with everyone and see how they feel, but
I'm not going to make anyone do it, obviously. Anyone who doesn't want to, I will see to getting more close to the city myself.
The people who remain here are still here because they're too bloody-minded and want to fight something. Giving them something worth fighting might be a good thing.
Hopefully.
So do we call a town meeting, or how does this work?
Give me some time. And maybe keep an eye out in case something dangerous shows up.
I think I might just be going back on our vehicle until that meeting, because you said dinosaurs, and I love history, but not close up.
I'm gonna take a while. I'm gonna take a walk around if anyone cares to join me.
Sure.
I would gladly join you.
Nope, staying with the vehicle.
Understandable.
I would just wander around a bit.
I'm the odd one out this time.
Yep. So, the majority of you wander around. One of you goes back to the vehicle just to have a safe wall of steel between you and potential dinosaurs.
Yes.
The rest of you, I'm assuming, are just sort of wandering the area north of the village where you can see the border to the wilds.
Yeah, just taking control, see if anything's mostly anything different. Obviously, it'll be different. It's the wilds to some extent, but anything resembling like choke points or just signs of upcoming activity.
Yeah.
And then, if obviously checking in with anyone that she comes across, any of the villagers.
You converse with everyone that you come across, and many of them seem to be of a similar mind. That you get the genuine sense. Actually, go ahead and roll me insight and or perception, whoever wants to, just to get a read on the situation.
Perception, why not?
Net 20 on insight, so 22.
2 nat 20s actually on there. Just
One for perception, one for insight.
Yeah, and a 21 on my end.
Yeah.
These are the Dexter cultists. Kill them all.
What are the rolls needed?
Either insight or perception.
We found them.
We will go with insight. That's a nat 20 for 24.
Dear God.
3 fucking nat 20s on the rolls.
And none of them are more, and the one person who's from here doesn't.
It's because you know the reason why. We're gonna fight a dinosaur really soon, and
Yeah, we are.
Wanted to get all of our 20s out of the way.
Yep.
It does not, for the record, it does not work when you roll a 1 that you are getting all your
No.
1s out of the way. It does work when it's a 20.
Luckily, I didn't roll either, so
Yeah.
there's still one up for grabs.
Yeah. It means I got my nat 20 crit smite, and it's gonna be fun as hell.
So yes.
Nah, I'm just built different.
Just built different.
I'm built different. Wrongly, but different.
Yeah. So you all sort of get the feel, with natural 20s mostly around and still above 20 for the one who didn't. You get the sense as you're sort of walking around that there's a sense of stubbornness about the people around here. Not like this is my land and I'm not gonna leave for any reason, but more of a I'll be damned if a fucking dinosaur pushes me out for no goddamn reason. It's not like
I am trying to see the air between those two things that you just said, and there's not much.
It's less of an attachment. It's less of an attachment to a location and more of a refusal to be defeated.
It's spite more than fondness.
Oh, spite. I can work with that.
Yeah.
I like these people.
Why do you think Morgan likes these people?
There's a strong sense of spite here. Like, it's not like they particularly care about the land where they're living. It's that I will be damned if I let a fucking dinosaur push me out. And there's this sense of like, along with it, there's this sense of like directionlessness. Like they're doing it out of spite, but spite's an ignition source. It's not really a fuel. And so there's just kind of this sense of like, if these people stay here for too long, they'll just keep fighting dinosaurs until one of them kills them. Because they really don't have anything better to do right now. And sheer bloody-mindedness will only get them so far. Speaking of which, It's about
Yeah.
this time.
Have you ever thought about killing wizards?
It's about this time that the trees start to shake. As a massive, earth-shaking, stomping sound begins to rattle the wilds nearby, and an impressive roar echoes through the air as something fucking huge starts to rattle its way out of the woods.
Molly looks at her water glass like, I fucking knew it.
As those of you with a high enough perception see the point in the shaking tree line where something enormous with sharp teeth and covered in feathers and scales is breaking its way through the tree line.
I think we have a new friend incoming.
Not friend. Not friend.
Not yet.
As
I'd say you can deal with the body, but actually you might like that.
As I will go ahead and put you on the battle map.
Yeah.
Not friend shaped.
He's got
Not
tiny hands, haven't
friend-shaped.
seen, not friend shaped.
But also mount shaped.
What shaped?
Mount.
Mount.
Oh, mount. Okay.
No.
Let me ride a dinosaur.
I will ask this question, Molly. Do you intend to join this fight at all?
Eventually.
All right, I'm gonna put your token down here on the bottom of the map for when you decide to intervene. And we'll go ahead and roll initiative as we begin the encounter with the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
It's not a. Hey, there's the nat 20 that we were looking for that we don't have for next session.
Hey, still pretty good. I still have my nat 20 next session. I can't wait to crit smite a fucking 0x.
Yeah, no, I don't have mine.
I
All right.
appreciate
So
your
looking forward to this.
enthusiasm.
Ingrid, you're up first.
Fucking hide.
Reasonable. Roll me a stealth check. Yeah, that's enough. You're invisible.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the token. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no, I'd be doing the shitty kazoo version in my head. Like,
25.
Are we running? Is that the plan?
no, she's a rogue.
That's
Okay.
somebody's plan, apparently.
I'm getting out of like the group of people that is probably going to charge at.
100% accurate. Are you doing anything other than hiding and moving, or?
I will ready a short bow shot for when it gets into melee combat with the others.
All right, good to know. Astra.
Hold on. This is actually the movie on each of his turn. A melee attack. Okay, that's not really necessarily going to help me then. I will then. Um. Yeah, we will. We will just do the boring thing.
Eldritch Blast.
That is the boring
The
thing.
Lion Warlock.
No, I already said what I'm going to do. I don't have to say what it is because y'all know.
As I said,
20
say the Lion
definitely
Warlock.
hits. For 7 damage.
For 7
All right.
damage. And I don't think I have anything bonus actiony. I'm conjuring the sword.
Yep.
As my bonus action.
Sword arrives in hand.
Mhm.
I'm good. I think to the sword. Hey, look! It's that girl. It's that chick you want to kill has been turned into a dinosaur. Let's go get it.
The voice on the sword goes, so here. I appreciate the effort to cheer me up by giving me a target that I want to kill, but I am perfectly happy to kill a dinosaur.
All right.
Morgan.
Yep.
Unless you're
Well,
moving
Morgan,
anywhere, Astra.
Huh?
Are you moving anywhere or are you staying where you are?
I will. Yeah, I'll move up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be meleeing this.
oh, then this works perfectly, actually.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I'm a Hexblade. You're a. Well, not Hexblade, kind of. Pact of the Blade. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a Pact of the Blade. You're a Paladin. We should
Yep.
be. Yeah.
Yep.
My condition.
Stop!
Resolve.
Did your automated your home device start doing things for you?
No. That's just no. I walk up to it, look up, and go, "Sup."
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, your condition triggers.
I'm hidden, so
You may make
advantage
your
on the
attack with
sneak
advantage.
attack. Short bow. 26 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
And then sneak attack. We are
It's time for a
2d6.
snack attack. 9
Oof.
damage.
That's rough, buddy.
I mean, it's
not-
just bonus
It's not
damage for-
nothing.
yeah.
It not nothing, but oof.
It damn close to nothing.
That was almost minimum possible damage. You rolled two
Yeah.
ones and a 2.
9 damage on 3d6 plus 3 is ooh. Plus on 3d6 plus 5 is oof.
Ouch. Morgan, it's your turn.
Yes. Morgan will join Astra up in the front and plant the shield down in the ground right in front of Astra. The Shield of Yggdrasil has a thing where I can plant it in the ground.
Indeed it does.
I will be doing as the action version, means I can move around afterwards.
You plant the shield.
Yes, full plant. Anyone behind the shield has takes 3 less damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. But more importantly, when it's planted and I'm moving around a separate from it, I do not have my movement reduced.
Funny part is
Is
when
my
I have to
understanding.
climb over the shield
You can
because
attack
it's
around
larger
it.
than me.
Yeah, you can attack around it. It's just
I know. It's a kunk. Motherfucker.
Yeah, she's not trying to stop you. She is clearly
Right.
trying to keep you protected here.
No, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. It's the visual of it.
Yeah,
For
no,
me.
100%.
Here, let me just put a wall in front of the small
Yeah.
doll.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume I lose the benefits of the shield while doing that, though.
Yes,
I lose the extra AC of the shield.
Yeah, you lose the extra AC, but it does provide cover to people standing behind it.
Yeah. But also, because of the fully planted version, where I've like let go of it, you also get half cover while you're behind it.
Because you actually doff the shield.
Oh no, sorry. I have half cover from incoming projectiles. I will also spend a charge to activate the roots.
Yeah.
So from the roots at the bottom of the shield, grasp out and reach around the terrain near it and grasp around the T-Rex's legs. It is now difficult terrain for the T-Rex.
Next thing
If
you
it
know,
tries to charge.
our chef comes running in to eat at the roots.
Yeah, well, we will plant the shield as just sort of a shape right here.
Yeah.
Rectangular. Just put it right there.
And as a bonus action, let's get what is it? Divine Smite going. That's after hitting. What's the one I'm thinking of? It's Divine Favor.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to click that twice. All my attacks do an extra D4 Radiant now. But that will be my turn.
Yep. It is now T-Rex time. This gonna hurt. First, it is going to attempt to bite Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Snack.
Oh no.
So many natural 20s.
Yeah, and I'm not getting any of them.
My God.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's not great.
Huh?
No.
35 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that could be that could have been much fucking worse.
It could have been. That's still almost all of my health.
Wait,
It couldn't have
that's
been much
not
fucking
crit
worse.
damage. That's not crit damage.
I've reduced the incoming damage of this. This is
Okay.
not the same. I would not just throw a CR8 enemy that can one-shot all of you at
Why not?
you.
Because we're not sent.
Yeah, I'm definitely not min-maxed.
I am built for toughness. I am not fully min-maxed.
Yes. None of you are min-maxed. I do not feel like throwing a CR8 enemy at you just to TPK you.
I am built decently powerfully. Because I don't do like completely suboptimal. But
that said, this is a dangerous fight because this thing can kill you very quickly.
Morgan is at 7.
Jesus.
She started at 42.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking of sneaking around and getting into melee with it, but now I'm going to say well out of bite reach now.
Yeah, luckily this is what Morgan's here to do.
Get eaten by a dinosaur?
If it keeps other people safe, yes.
Also, you are a larger, smaller creature, so you are restrained by you have the restrained condition and the grappled condition as it catches you in its mouth.
Great.
You also, unfortunately, cannot be the target of the Tyrannosaurus's tail while restrained this way. So
cool.
The tail has to go at Astra.
Yep. I accept this.
That's a 13.
That is my armor class.
You do get half cover from the shield in the way, though.
That's true.
Which will give you a +2, I believe.
Half
like
cover
that.
is 2, yeah.
So that'll actually miss you.
I thought you said the half cover was to ranged weapons.
Rereading, it is, but you do get -3 damage.
By the way, Shani, I just realized something that we have not been using. It happened like this.
Oh yeah. Would you like to?
I don't know. Have you been rolling it on every situation?
I do have a roll here. Would you like to?
Okay.
Yeah, but also,
Well,
just to make sure, the
What
shield
does that-
magically remains upright and in place and can be used as half cover to any creature standing immediately behind the space it was left in.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah,
have
it
half
does.
cover.
Yeah, you do have half cover.
no, I am not. I just realized that it was the case.
Yes, I do. I do have a roll. I have a
Okay.
I have a macro for rolling it happened like this, so that I can just have them prepared.
Cool.
What is the happened like this?
So this is because my future self sometimes tells me shit. Whenever I finish a short or long rest, DM rolls a d20 and a d4 in secret and records the number rolled on the d20. If the result on the excuse me, when I use it, oh wait, sorry, the DM tells you the result at that time,
Oh yes, correct.
unless they roll a 4 on the d4, in which case they lie to you about the roll.
Yes,
So for the record, what is my roll currently?
you have an 8 stored.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Turns out it's light. It's just another natural 20.
Yeah, you have an 8 stored.
Okay.
Yeah, so the tail misses you just barely because the shield
Yep.
is in the way. You see that massive tail come crashing down towards you. You sort of slide up against that shield that was conveniently planted for you, and it lashes over it, and you see the tail crack into the ground next to you, but you manage to not get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. The only reaction I can do is if I actually get hit, which I'm fine with not getting hit. So
Molly.
So what can Molly see anything from where she is?
You're the gauntlet runner is not that far from this location. You can definitely see the giant fucking dinosaur from where you're at.
Molly is just gonna like stand like staring at the window of this thing and going, they are fucking fighting a dinosaur. Well, shit. I am gonna have to do something about that, aren't I? Is anybody else in here with me, or am I just talking to myself?
I mean, there's
There's
Alsana
Alsana and Kiara.
and Kiara, yeah. Kiara sort of looks over. Would you like us to join you?
Do you want to go fight a dinosaur?
We will certainly follow you into battle if need be.
Well, seeing as my camaraderie has already started fighting a dinosaur, I feel obliged to join them. So, yes, let's go fight a dinosaur.
Asana has a lot of health.
She is a were-tiger.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it to be able to stop to. Okay, goddamn. I thought you were gonna nerf her down to like reasonable normal numbers, not 129.
She's a were-tiger sidekick.
Fair.
How much does a bite cost?
It's not how were-tigers work, unfortunately.
Damn.
In fact, I actually need to increase Kiara's hit points. But that will happen later. So at the end of your and Kiara and Alsana's turn, you arrive basically around here onto the battle, and will be able to act more directly on the next turn.
Okay.
Ukraine.
Y'all got me fighting a goddamn dinosaur.
Hell yeah, we are.
You agree? Okay, so above table talk, would we rather be able to hit it better, or would we rather it lose its next crit?
Not
Actually,
dying
no.
would be nice.
Yeah, I'm going to cast the Hex Misfortune.
What's the effect of that? So, let's see. X misfortune. Choose one creature you can see. Whenever the rolls 20, 20, 20 rolls. Nice. That might be relevant considering how these dice rolls have been.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you raise your hands up, and there's this dark magic that curls around your fingers, and as you open your mouth, a very different voice comes out as that familiar, mysterious other voice that occasionally speaks through Ukraine simply goes, now. We can't have our dear friends being eaten by anyone but us just yet. And there's a as dark chains start to work their way around the Tyrannosaurus's frame. Anything else in your turn?
I do not believe so. I need to get a token for next week for my familiar.
Yeah.
So I can send that little dude running to do things. But for this turn now.
All right. Ingrid, back to the top of the round. Actually,
Short bow shot.
if people want, we can pick up on this next week because I just realized that it's 10 past our normal.
Yeah.
So, with Morgan in the jaws of a dinosaur, with help on the way, that is where we will end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.